here we are. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are in the world. I'm in Italy, Irene is in California, and Ken is in, I don't remember, where are you, Ken?
Texas.
Texas.
Always want to say Michigan. I don't know why.
Texas. So from all over the world, we are just happy and grateful to be here today again. Like every week we try to be for our weekly appointment Beyond the Pain, to share more about the drug-free neurotech that we are really enjoying using it. So today we're ready for this other amazing exchange and conversation. And as usual, I leave my two co-hosts the honor to start.
I started last week. You go ahead this week.
Come on.
Okay. What do we want to talk about today? Let's see. Well, there's so many things. So pick a subject, Irene. Pick a subject. Pick what.
Well, for me right now, the subject is my granddaughter, and I couldn't go into the room because they're all still sleeping. It's very early here. But what has the patch done for her? It's been just incredible. She's been singing at night, and I don't want to cry, but like, yeah. So
what are the patches that she's using?
So she's using Liberty, Peace, Joy. We just ran out of Focus, and she has Kick It.
Okay, beautiful.
That's
I think these are the most amazing. So I'm going to show them. Peace, Liberty. What did you say? Kick It?
Kick It, Focus, and Joy.
Joy and Focus. Where is Focus? Oh, it's in the other box. I cannot show the Focus here because the other box is 2 meters away from me. So, but this is already an incredible match with the 4 of them.
That's the combination we started, and Liberty just got implemented, and Focus we don't have because I just have to order it, right? And of course she did RAM for like 4 days, and then she told me she doesn't need it anymore, and she's been taking melatonin. I can't pronounce it, melatonin, for past over 3 to 4 years. Every night she needed to go to sleep. So, that's what's on my mind, is the blessing to see that, and I don't know how to say it properly. She was medicine.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend anyone doing anything. I just had no options for anxiety. And I had no options. I had to figure out how to remove her because psychiatrist was $350 to $500. And a few months, you had to wait to get, but by the time we didn't get there, she wouldn't have any medicine anymore. But anyway, so I don't recommend it. This is not recommended by anyone, by all means.
This was your choice in the best interest of your granddaughter.
And Ben, I had to do what I had to do. So I knew I had confidence in what I have and what to do. I knew that I can do this. Of course, watched her, did some research. So so that's what's on my mind. At this moment, I want to say superficially, it's not superficially, my granddaughter from 4 weeks, what I got her, and, where she is, me knowing her history, what she's been through, it's pretty freaking incredible. So, yeah.
And we are very happy for her.
Thank you. I'm sure the journey will get more difficult as we go through therapy, but at this moment, but something, I have confidence in this peace patch. Enjoy beyond wildest imagination. I think this is all going to be,
and the Kick It as well, actually.
Yeah, Kick It. It'll be much more easier process of her healing when her brain is calm and cool and collected. I mean, of course there'll be difficulty, of course there'll still be struggle, but it will be with more ease. Just I know how it has done, what it has done for me. So how did it all come back to me, Ken? You tricked me.
Yeah, haha. I did. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about.
That's his strategy, you know?
So thank you for starting that ball
Okay.
rolling, because I have a client who um, is now raising her granddaughter,
Oh my
and
God.
so a very similar type story where there's a lot of emotional issues that are happening. There's some focusing issues in school to where they're in special classes in school.
Yeah.
And of course, all the doctors wanted to medicate. That's very typical of what happens in our medical world these days, is they put kids on something that's going to like dull them to get through all that. And her grandma, who's in Super Patch, who's raising her, put her on the patches, put her on focus, on liberty, on peace and joy. And it was amazing what's happened to her, because her teachers started coming back and giving the report that what's going on, what's changed, that she's getting her work done in class, she's doing things that are very not typical for her. You know, her focus is better, her grades are improving, and it was noticeable enough that her teachers are coming back and reporting saying, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So that's incredible.
I think I read that testimony. I think I read, I mean, there's many, but there was one grandma was saying the same thing. She commented on my post. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't even know. I cry with joy. To see in 4 weeks what we have been accomplished. And she walked to my salon yesterday on her own, and that was huge because she hasn't been outside more than 10 minutes by herself in front of her house
Wow.
um, in 4 years. Like, so to go from that social anxiety, we've thrown her into many situations probably that we shouldn't do, but the power of the peace badge, it's like it was tested tremendously, and liberty together, right? But for her to walk to my son yesterday, she felt so, she said, but grandma, I feel free. And that's like,
Wow.
oh my God.
And you can also see the resilience, of young children, teenagers, even if they go through very hard times, then as soon as they are in the right conditions, in the right situations, they get out of that hardship much more easily than adults, maybe.
Sorry, here I'm like, my tears are like blinding me.
Oh, it's good, to let go of emotions. It's very good.
Yeah, I know.
As a lot of neuroscientists say, the emotions that don't come out, they start making our organs cry.
Oh, I agree with that. So yeah, so it's yes, it was beautiful. She walked to my work, and she's like, now I'm gonna walk to my grandmother's house. And I'm like, can you hold on? Just give me a minute. Los Angeles streets are crazy to cross, but I can't put my own, insecurities with cars and streets and crossing them on her, because she wants to. She feels confident, and I have to encourage that. Again, thank goodness for Peace Patch for grandma too.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that the peace patch, I keep repeating this. I know that it's maybe boring, but everybody should have the peace patch. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Nowadays, so many people have such anxiety and stuff going on that it's nice that there's something that has no drugs, that has no ingredients, that can affect someone so profoundly. So it's an alternative to everything else that's out there. So a lot of people are willing to experience that or try it out, because if it works for you, I mean, how amazing that the story of your granddaughter and my friend's granddaughter, those kind of stories touch my heart. It's like, how do you help people outside of what you do? We as ordinary people, don't have a lot of tools. We want to help people, but what do we do? We're not doctors, we're not psychologists, but here we have something that could make a difference, and it's working with what the body already naturally does. It's just putting it in better alignment to do what it does naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all very powerful. And yeah, yesterday my daughter and I looked at me, my youngest daughter, not her mother, and we're like, she's singing. She's singing. And she's an incredible artist. Without her permission, I cannot show her art, but what she did yesterday is genius. Like, it's genius. And to see her sitting there, like, really enjoying and singing to her favorite song, and painting and coloring and drawing and creating, and it's just like, I mean, it's priceless. Like,
I think that this is therapy. She's already doing therapy.
Yeah, absolutely.
By herself.
Yeah, and just to know that this technology exists and it's so easy, it's so full. Like, I just something I want to shake people. Like, why are, like, just put it like, just put it on. Like, just put it on. And it's just like, I don't know. It's I struggle with it. It's been, what, 8 years, and when Kim and I began this journey, like, we literally thought we're just going to, put socks on everyone, and then it was like, what is, and then you were hitting the wall, and we're hitting the wall. We thought, like, people would be so open because we're all struggling in pain, and we're all struggling with the drugs and no answers. And it was, yeah, it's hard. Like, it's very hard for me, and I understand
it's impactful. It's not hard.
So hold on a second. So for me, in our community, in my community, in my, the community of chronic pain, it is difficult too, because we, as that community, has been so disappointed in everything that we're tired to trying something else. That's where I was, and I know for a fact.
Irene, I've been in chronic pain for 21 years
Sure.
and a half. And, at one point, it's just a question of choice. Now I can say to myself, I want to choose to find the solutions.
Sure,
because I could have kept telling myself, I don't believe in anything. Nothing works. Nothing works. And I would be still waiting and suffering as I was.
Yeah, and most of us still sitting there in suffering, because everybody doesn't have a strong mindset. Not not everyone can get themselves out of it. Even me, I couldn't get myself on it. And you know what? I feel like I don't minimize anybody's experience. We're all here in our own journey. And something, if I didn't go to where I was and I gave up, that's my story. And God did not let me give up. He bugged me enough to say prayer again. I wouldn't be sitting here.
I think, I don't think I've got a strong mindset. I think that I had to learn how to think differently. Otherwise, I couldn't tolerate anymore to live the kind of life I was living. And this is why I consider myself a researcher, someone who is nowadays very open to listen to what other people are testing and how it works, because I might come across something new. And again, I can help other people with some other tools, like RTT, like the breath work, like many other things, because I believe that the more we're open, the more life opens to us.
I absolutely agree. Agree. And you know, you're a beautiful human being and very strong. Not all of us are that way. And it's okay. And I say it's okay. Everybody has to go through their own journey and get to the point where they either want to fight or don't. And I don't even judge anymore because I've been on both sides of the coin. And what I've learned that, you know, God gives us what we can handle and opens and closes the door for really different reasons and lessons. And, you know, I'm just gentle with myself and others. And if somebody says to me, listen, I'm not ready, this is where I want to be in the sadness, go for it. Because until you go through that sadness, and I was not open to this magic gift from God for 4 months. I did not want to do it, learn about it, or use it. I told Kim, no, no, no. But, you know, she was stubborn enough to send it
And
to me.
patient. It's a question of being patient.
Yeah. So it's, you know, be patient, search, don't be so hard on yourself. That's my message from my experience. And look, when you're ready, the miracle will appear. And that's, you know, and when you surrender, you know, I've learned new words through
When
my
you
journey.
let go. Yeah.
You know, I said gave up. I felt like I gave up. But this podcast person, one of my first podcasts, she said, Irene, you did not gave up, you surrendered. And that word in itself for a Russian woman, surrendering, you know, you see the Russian army surrendering. But anyway, look, be open, try whatever it's in front of you. I know it's not easy for people that have tried thousands of things, but keep going. That's it. Keep going, keep trying, keep doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because there is a life beyond the pain. And that's why we chose this title.
Yeah.
And I think that Ken also has lived for a certain time with kind of pains and limitations, physical limitations. You know, there are moments where you think that you're going to be like that for the rest of your life, but at the same time, if you become aware that you can choose to think differently, you can choose to just see life differently. It's just a choice. Because as we decide, we choose to believe that nothing works and that we are going to suffer for the rest of our lives, this is a choice. Yeah. If we become aware that it's a choice, then we can decide to switch, to choose something better for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lately, I am learning a new technique, yeah, to help people. And it's an incredible technique that I can integrate with my RTT practice. And it's a technique that is learning, you learn, and people can be taught to go back to their body. Instead of going into the thinking, you can start feeling the emotions into your body, starting from your feet, going up through your legs, feeling your hands and your arms, and then all the spine from the lower part to the upper part until you get to the head. And then you have the total body awareness. And when you do this exercise, you are thoughtless. You cannot help but being without thoughts, because when you are completely aware of your body, and I invite people when they watch this video to try this exercise, start from your feet, go up through your legs, then focus on your hands, keep focusing on your arms, then keep focusing on your back, on your spine, from the sacrum to the upper part of your spine. And then for the last bit, you focus on your head, and then you have the total awareness of your body. And then at one point, when you think, you have been thinking before becoming aware of your body of what is not working in your life and what would you like to improve in your life, then your body is going to talk to you and show you where are the blockages. And then you can focus on there until it melts. It is powerful. It is really powerful. And it's very effective, actually. But people have to be open. You know, at the moment, this guy, he is Italian. So all the training is in Italian. Yeah, there is no English, no French, no Spanish, nothing. But he says, he keeps telling, I want to get to the whole world, because if people can understand that by going back to their bodies, they can become aware of the power that they have to focus on what they choose to focus. One thing at a time. And when we stop focusing on our body, then it's like we are completely lost, out of ourselves, disconnected. Yeah, we feel disconnected. I felt, and I was a ballet dancer, but after I stopped, I felt so disconnected from my body for quite a long time. Even if I was training myself to become a breathwork coach and a movement coach, but it didn't feel like I was focusing on my body. And, you know, I am more aware than other people than that the majority of people live without being aware of their body. And I can tell by just looking at people, how they move, how they walk, how their shoulders are, how they breathe. When you stop focusing on your body, everything becomes tightened, everything becomes really limited, because you are contracting your muscles without even knowing it. When you start to let go or to surrender, as you just explained, then things happen and solutions magically appeared. And now that I'm living this life that is more and more aligned with who I am, with my heart, with what I like doing, there are things happening that are crazy. So I'm going to share this story that is really funny. My son's birthday is going to happen in 2 weeks. And he is the guy who doesn't like have a party. So every year it's a struggle. Do you want to have a birthday party? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. And as every year, I have asked him yesterday again, do you want to have, what are you going to organize? He's going to turn 18. And I'm like, it's just 18, it's not every year. You turn 18 one time in your life, every life that you live. Are you sure you don't want to have a party? And he was like, I don't know, maybe I'm going to do something together with another girl who is turning 17. And I was like, but she's not turning 17. She's not turning 18. It's 17 for her. You are turning 18. Do you want to have your own birthday party? So after 10 minutes like this, even more, I think, finally he says, well, if you manage to help me find a room, a space, okay, I will invite a couple of friends. And I was, okay, I'm going to look into it, and then I'm going to come back to you and let you know. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, 2 weeks, where do I find a space? What have I promised? So this morning I wake up at 7, I do all my things. At 8:30, I started calling whatever places. And of course, all the places that came in my mind in the very first 8-9 places that I called are places that you have to book 6 months in advance. They were all taken, they were all booked. And then I started thinking in my body. I started doing this exercise that I just explained: feet, legs, hands, arms, back, head, breathe in, breathe out. And then I thought, okay, I don't know why, a guy came up, a name came up in my mind, and he's an osteopath. No other connection. We have seen this osteopath like 3 times because my son does jujitsu and sometimes he gets injured. So we go to the osteopath and they're named the same. They have the same surname, same first name. So my son is Simon and this guy name is Simon. And I felt the urge to call him, not to write to him. So I called him and I said, hello, that's me. I'm Simon's mom. And do you remember? Yes, I remember. How is he? Very well. I'm looking for a place for his 18th birthday. And I didn't even finish the sentence. I didn't even ask him, do you happen to know someone? This is what I was going to ask. Do you happen to know someone who has a space? So I was like, and I'm looking for a space. Just now, yesterday, he told me I can look for a space because he will enjoy having a birthday party. And he says, oh, I've got a space. And I was like, oh my God. On the telephone, I was like, I don't know why I had to call you. I don't know why I had to call you. So for me, at the moment, there are so many things like this happening. And it's about being connected with who I am, with myself, with my intuition. And it's like Ken or like you, Irene, when you really feel that you are aware of the life that you're living, then there are synchronicities actually happening. Totally. The odds I could find a space today for his birthday in 2 weeks were very close to zero, actually. If I just wanted to call all the places in Udine to have a birthday party, an 18 birthday party, because, it's 18, you become an adult. Yeah, all the places were booked.
Amazing. You're going to have a great, great birthday party, and I'm so excited for that, for your son and you. Yeah. It's a wonderful, wonderful news. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I had started telling myself, oh my God, it's the 10th time that I call someone and everything is already taken and I will never find another place, Instead, I went back to my body.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. It takes time. Not, again, not everybody is where you are.
5 minutes.
In the joy, but people have to be ready for the journey. People have to be able to let go of the pain and the struggle. It's a process. None of us became who we are overnight. And I give grace to myself and others, and I meet them where they are, and introduce this technology, introducing a different way of the life, sharing my story. And it's the life is beautiful, and that falls for itself when you're ready for whatever life has for you. I went from what you described to wanting to not be on this earth. That's how I lived my life till 43 years old. That's how I got to where I was and build what I did to help me not be homeless. So it's all great. It all comes together. And, thank goodness for the patches that allows you to go there even deeper. Because as we know, the nervous system is calm, cool, and collect. You can think straighter. I know if I didn't have this technology on and things that came to my life, the questions, the decisions that I had to make, I would not make them the same if I didn't have the technology on. So that's your brain is so optimized. Your nervous system is so calm. You can make those rational decisions without panicking. Not that you were not panicking, but you were panicking with assuredness that you can do it. That, your brain says, relax and be okay. And it brings us back to Peace Patch, right? And to Liberty Patch. And I know without them, I wouldn't be so calm, cool, and collect in some of the circumstances that I have come through. So it's a journey of life, right? We have to learn as we go. Every day I learn something new. Every day I add another tool into my toolbox, and it's beautiful. And when we have these conversations, we learn from each other and get inspired, right?
Absolutely. And as Ken says, I love Ken's latest posts are all about gratitude. when you then start enjoying every moment with
Yep.
gratitude, whatever comes is a
I just
blessing.
wrote similar thing on gratitude and blessings. You know, November for me is a month of reflection of my birthday and the car accident happening 15 years and the journey what I've been from. And you know, it gets very heavy but very light all at the same time. And this is the first birthday that I didn't feel like I lost. I actually now realizing what I've gained. But again, it took 15 years to get to this place, saying that the car accident wasn't a curse, it was a blessing that I didn't know I needed. Right? Is my life better? In many ways. Is my life is difficult? Yeah, in many ways. It's combination of all of those feelings and emotions, but I don't ever want my life back that I had with any difficulties what I'm going through. And I'm not even just talking about personal. In general, I still will choose this life over and over again. But we only realize that when we share, when we heal, when we are kindness, when we see the self-worth. And you know, I wrote it this morning. In those difficult moments, for me, I didn't see no hope or light. Like, and then when doctor said this done, that took away everything for me. But that's my journey, right? And I honor that. But then it gave it all back to me and more. So I'm on a YouTube talking about this. So yeah, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, and I'm so happy for you and your son, 18, and my son will be 25 in February. So we, you know, slowly gonna start thinking about her birthday.
My daughter too is going to turn 25 in January.
February 19th. She'll be 25 years old. So you know, normally I would say let's go travel, but we can't do that. Like I would like to be somewhere in exotic country and celebrating her birthday, but not this year. Too much going on.
It's okay. One can travel in so many different ways. You know, you can travel for a day and it's already a trip, a beautiful trip. You can have a day trip. It's not about having to change continent. You know, you can find beautiful place, I bet, around Los Angeles.
Oh yeah,
there are beautiful, beautiful places.
There's many. Will you be in Vegas?
Yes.
No, Vegas.
Oh, amazing. Okay, I can't wait. I'll be there too. I'm coming on Thursday.
Yeah, I just got my plane tickets yesterday, in fact. So
that's great. Amazing. I can't look. And let's remind everyone, we have a couple more weeks left for $1 membership. You don't have to do the business. You can just come and shop, but you have an option of an incredible business that has 13 different businesses within one business. You're paying right now, you're paying for 13 businesses less than a cup of coffee. Well, no, actually, there's no cup of coffee for $1. Not even McDonald's.
No, not even in Italy.
Not even in McDonald's. You cannot buy a cup of coffee. I next door yesterday. My client comes and she doesn't drink really coffee, but she likes the 7-Eleven coffee with that, you know, chemical cream of vanilla. It's like a treat. So I buy it for her, and that was $1.79. So you're getting a business for you know, for $1.
You open a business for $1. I mean,
yeah,
there is, yeah.
There's nothing out there. And people say, well, how much it costs to run it? Well, it's about $150 a month to run it.
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you, Irene, because I always forget, actually. Yeah. And this is a promo. We don't know if it's going to be on next month. So, and you don't have to be a businesswoman or a businessman. You can just join to have the opportunity to pay with 25% reduction the product. So in the beginning, you can just consider yourself a privileged client. Yeah. But you become an associate, which means that you have access to all the promos. And I bet that we are going to have a very wonderful Black Friday promo. Yeah. Last year we had a wonderful, so stay tuned, everybody. Check our profiles, because I'm sure that things are going crazy for Black Friday as they did last year. Irene, we cannot see you anymore.
I don't know what happened.
So again, we're going to be here next week again, even if Irene plays hide and seek with her camera. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember to share this content with people that you know may need it or may like it. And yeah, you're very welcome to connect with each one of us. We're very, very happy to help you, or you can just contact us because you want to prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Happy